Why didn't the Cowboys get Kareem Hunt again? Hi, folks, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the D.Bell Sports Podcast. I'm your host, D.Bell. Today we're going to talk about Week 7 of the NFL. We have a lot to get through. This was a crazy week, and let's just dive into it. Of course, the Cowboys were off this week, thank God. Everyone is hurt. Micah Parsons, Kalen Carson. It's not worth repeating, but hopefully we can get some guys back. Kalen Carson has been practicing leading up to Week 6, but ultimately was deemed questionable and did not play. Dron Bland, really hoping for him back. Our corner, he's been working with the athletic trainer, and he has until October 30th to be back on the field and cleared. Otherwise, he goes on permanent IR for the rest of the season. Now, defensive end Jalen Dalton was signed to the Cowboys practice squad on October 16th. May need him to play with all these injuries. He played at North Carolina. Most recently was on the San Antonio Brahmas. Head coach, Wade Phillips. Go Cowboys. Ha-ha. Now, the 49ers. Brandon Ayuk reported out for the season, unfortunately. Second quarter of the 49ers-Chiefs game, he had a leg injury. It's a torn MCL and ACL, which is terrible. You never want to see that. So I feel bad for him. I know he was ready to come back for this season, and he just wanted to do as much as he could. And you hate to see it. But, of course, the 49ers did lose to the Chiefs 28-18. I called that game. It was on Monday Night Football, and what a terrible outcome. I mean, just in general. I know someone won, but it doesn't really feel like it, Mahomes had 2 picks. He now has more interceptions than touchdowns on the season. Brock Purdy had 3 interceptions. Kareem Hunt continues to ball out, McCall Hardman rushed for 38 yards and a touchdown. Noah Gray stepped up receiving-wise, was the leading receiver. I mean, come on. The Chiefs continue to win despite everything, losing Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. They're just plug-in players. They're bringing the band back together, old players that were on the team years ago. And it's working, The 49ers defense, well, they had 2 sacks on Mahomes. That was good. Chiefs had 1, so at least the O-lines are holding up, and that's what you need for a championship team. George Kittle, 92 yards receiving on 6 catches. Oh, okay, George Kittle. He's great. He's really good tight end, all-pro. But, man, fantasy-wise, I had him on my team last year. It was like he got 3 touchdowns and balled out, giving me like 20-plus points, or he did nothing. Because he's such a good blocker. Such a good pass blocker. And it's like, man, sometimes it's just like they don't throw him the ball at all. So, it's hit or miss fantasy-wise, but in real life, he's really, really good. Ricky Pearsall on the 49ers, his first came back from that injury, that shooting when he was that attempted robbery. Someone tried to rob him and get his watch. So that was always nice. That's always good to root for a player getting his first catch, and everyone cheered, everyone clapped for him when that happened. So it's always great to see. Commanders, keep rolling, man. Jaden Daniels is out. He had a rib injury that he sustained in the game against the Panthers. And Marcus Mariota came in, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not bad, which shows what you can do with good coaching. You plug in, just like the Packers. They put in Malik Willis, and he won 2 games. It's just like, you love to see it because it shows your team is complete. And with good coaching and a good team around you, you can do a lot. So, good job to Marcus Mariota. Now, x-rays were done at the game. Ruled them out immediately. Good. But they did some additional tests. And people say he might be able to go, Adam Schefter and all the reporting, might be able to go against the Bears. That'll be a big game. I know a couple weeks ago it's going to be a big contest. 2 really good quarterbacks, Heisman Trophy winning quarterbacks. So, we'll see. That's going to be a big test for both of them. Steelers versus Jets. Man, this game, this was Sunday Night Football. The Jets keep imploding, man. And I thought Davante Adams, who they just traded for, was supposed to save them. I guess not. Not with 30 yards. Not with a few catches that he got. Breece Hall was the leading rusher with 38 yards and touchdown, but also the leading receiver. He was the leading receiver with 103 yards. That's crazy. And then Garrett Wilson with 61, but it shows that, Aaron Rodgers, he has his favorites. He's like, Breece Hall is good. I'll go to him. Maybe not yet comfortable with Garrett Wilson. Getting more comfortable with him, but still want that old security blanket Davante Adams to try to right the ship. And, man. Russell Wilson had a rough re-entry his first game, but he got rolling pretty quick. There were a couple throws he probably would want to take back, but really, who cares? After the first half, it was done. It was done. Jets are toast. Aaron Rodgers had 2 picks. Russell Wilson had 2 touchdowns in his debut with the Steelers. I mean, hey, it shows what you can do with a good team around you and good coaching. He's in a spot. I think he's happier being in Pittsburgh than Denver. So there you go. Let's see. Dolphins are ahead of them at 2-4. Yeah, for the Jets, Dolphins are ahead at 2-4, and the Bills, of course, are 5-2. They're much better. Chances are they're not going to win their division unless they really start to get together. But I thought that's what this game was for. I thought this was the get-right game. You plug in Davante Adams, things happen. Sometimes that works. It's working with the Chiefs, but they have guys that played there before. It's not working with Davante Adams, who's never played there before. And this is really Aaron Rodgers' first full season. They fired their head coach. I don't know what to do. Has any interim head coach gone to the Super Bowl? I'm not sure. I'll have to look it up, but I don't think so. And you could say he was fired so quickly into the season. 5 games, so it's like the Jeff Ulrich. Jeff Ulrich now is like the legit coach for the rest of the year, and it's like, well, okay, but you still lost. You're still losing under him. And you switch play callers, and now you're trying to get Davante Adams to get you a ring. I mean, it's tough. That's a tough sell. So let's see what they can do going forward. But they lost this game, so they can't lose too many. Like the Bengals are riding the ship, but the Jets are not. So I don't know. The Packers beat the Texans. Oh boy, C.J. Stroud. You can't let that happen, man. Last minute field goal too. Oh man. Yeah, the Texans are another team trying to compete, trying to get into that upper echelon, that upper tier, to compete with the Ravens, the Bills, the Chiefs, the Bengals. So they want to ball out. They want to do well in C.J. Stroud's sophomore year. C.J. Stroud, the 10 out of 21, less than 100 yards, his worst game ever. Joe Mixon went off, but Dalton Schultz was the leading receiver at 28 yards. Dalton Schultz, man. He threw to Stephon Diggs 5 times also with 23 yards. I mean, I don't know about that one. Jordan Love continues to do well coming back from injury. He had 2 picks. He shouldn't do that. People are saying he's channeling his inner Brett Favre, but I think he's just trying to figure it out, He threw 2 picks, but he also had all these touchdowns. He threw for 3 touchdowns, and he won the game. So what can I do? How can I criticize that? You beat the Texans. A receiver, a tight end, and a running back received receiving touchdown. Romeo Doubs, leading receiver, 94 yards, no touchdown. But that's crazy. I think this is Josh Jacobs' first receiving touchdown. So crazy. The Cowboys are going down. Who in the NFC East, who in the NFC in general can truly contend? That's Vikings, 49ers, Lions, and Packers. So I hope we can go into the playoffs and really, of course we're all hurt. I want to be fully healthy going into the playoffs, see what we really can do. But if we're not going to do it, it's them. Raiders. Aiden O'Connell is out. This was the week for injuries. He fractured his thumb and is out 4 to 6 weeks. The Rams beat him. I mean, at this point, that's embarrassing. Gardner Minshew threw 3 picks, and it's after losing to Devontae Adams, which is a huge blow for the team. This was O'Connell's second start. He started with the Steelers with the Steelers game. So it's just another loss, and they went back to Aiden O'Connell, and then he's hurt, so they have to go back to Gardner Minshew, and 3 picks. That's not great. Brock Bowers had a great game, but that's pretty much all you can hang your hat on at this point. Man, Browns. Oh, Deshaun Watson. You hate to see it, but Deshaun Watson has an Achilles injury, is out for the season. I mean, it's just terrible. He was hurt last year too. People were saying he wasn't playing too well. We want to see what he can do fully. They committed to him as the starter. He wasn't going to get benched, but now he's hurt. So, God, that's him bad luck. Dwayne Thompson is game against the Bengals. Dwayne Thompson Robinson actually came in to replace him because James Winston was named the 3rd quarterback, the emergency quarterback, which I thought James Winston was better than all these guys. So I don't get it. But then he had to come in because Thompson Robinson had an injury, so he got to play anyway. Crazy. What a mess. People were, wanting to replace Deshaun Watson anyway. Oh gosh, this is just, And the team traded Amari Cooper to the Bills, signaling they weren't going anywhere. I don't really know what to say about it, other than I would just repeat myself, but just terrible situation. Damn. Jacksonville continues to rebound. Rebound? Why did they put rebound? They beat New England. Is that really rebound? Rebound seems like such a strong word. They beat the Colts. They lose to the Bears. Then they beat up on America's punching bag. Sorry, Patriots. You're just not that good. Drake May, he played in his second start, so they're trying him out. So this is just a tryout at this point. He didn't have any picks this time. Last week he had 2 picks, so good for him, Good job. Good job, Drake. Good job. Very nice. Yeah, before the game, I think it was last week, Doug Peterson was talking about how the culture needs to be changed in Jacksonville. I think he has a big part in that, being the head coach and all. But if he's talking about ownership, you can't change that. If he's talking about the GM, you have no control over that. So what you do have control right now is the culture. You see the guys every day. So if you want to play harder, if you think something's not working out, you're the head coach. You have presumably have a lot of power, have a lot of leeway. Make a motivational speech. Do something. Fire somebody. I don't know. But everyone had high expectations on the Jaguars this season, and now they don't. So I don't know what to tell you. Hate to see it because we're rooting for the Jags, but I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Jags. We're still hoping. We're still hoping they can right the ship. They're not a bad team. They're not executing. They're not playing well. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Colts have Anthony Richardson back, but he doesn't look so good. Yeah, they beat Miami by 6. Tyler Huntley was hurt. They put in Tim Boyle. It was 16-10. They beat Miami with a touchdown and 3 field goals. So kicker had a big day. Anthony Richardson was 10 out of 24, so that's 42% completion rating. He was the leading rusher with 56 yards. Michael Pittman, leading receiver. It's just growing pains. He's a first-round draft pick last year. Sidelined by injuries, unfortunately, early on. At Florida, he had 1 start in 2021 and 12 starts in 22, winning 6 games. But that 1 start in 21, that was against Georgia. They just kind of threw him in there. And, Florida had been having a big problem facing Georgia. They were having problems facing Alabama, but Georgia's 21 on the way to a championship. They're just a powerhouse. They're just bulldozing everybody. So to throw him in, I think he got one touchdown. not really high expectations because he was the backup at that time for what he could do, but they're trying to like put a spark or something, so I don't know. But still need to see him develop. He missed some last season. Some ways he's starting over. It just sucks he's coming back from injury with all these expectations. People think the Colts as a more complete team that just needs a quarterback. A quarterback away is a phrase told so often. Early on, months ago, I thought the Raiders would want to trade for Trey Lance because they were a quarterback away, and Trey Lance was supposedly doing so well in camp. Supposedly, glowing praises and all this stuff. But I guess they might be a quarterback away since Aiden O'Connell. He was the backup going into the season. Gardner Minshew is not doing that well, so I don't know. Maybe they are. Maybe they'll draft a quarterback. I don't know. Tight end seems to be working out. Really in such a bad game, Brock Bowers balls out with 92 yards. So I don't know. Whoa, man. But hey, really hoping for Anthony Richardson. Obviously, I'm a Gator fan and went to Florida. I didn't see him play or anything, but that was after my time. But still rooting for him. I want him to do well. I want everyone to do well. They could say that the Florida team wasn't ready. They didn't have a complete team, so it's not all on him to win every single game, especially if your roster just doesn't stack up to the rest of the SEC. But, coming to the NFL, high draft pick, lots of hope, lots of good pieces around him, so everyone's really excited to see what he can do. He's rushing a lot, which is good, but just needs more practice, throwing the ball. So hopefully they'll get that. Hopefully he can get the rest of the season. He is coming back from injury again, so hopefully he can get more reps and get it going. Hopefully. And with Miami, Tua might be coming back soon, so they might have to solve that backup quarterback situation. Is it Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley, Tim Boyle? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure they haven't all started a game because Tim Boyle hasn't started a game, but they've all played in a game, so you kind of get to see what they're all about. So, yeah. Oh, Detroit ends Minnesota's winning streak. Oh, boy. Which means Chiefs are the only undefeated team left. Woo! They are. Oh, gosh. Yeah, this game was crazy. Both teams played well. It was 31-29. The first quarter was all Vikings with the touchdown and field goal. Second quarter was all Lions with 3 touchdowns. And, they traded touchdowns in the third quarter. It was all Vikings in the fourth quarter. 2 field goals and a touchdown until Jake Bates, Michigan Panthers, go Panthers. He had that hit the game-winning field goal with 19 seconds to go. And then, with 15 seconds to go, Sam Darnold threw toward the middle of the field. He thought he had some time, but no timeout, so he had to spike it. He spiked it with 0 seconds left on the clock. But then the officials came in and said there was 1 second left, but there was a penalty. So apparently, Kevin McConnell said they would have tried a field goal because it would have been 68 yards, but the penalty, backs it up, and then Sam Darnold it's sacked. He tries to throw, but he's sacked in the game. Game over, but just let him try. Let him try the field goal. Why not? Who cares? If he makes it, it'll be a record. If he doesn't, you're gonna lose. You're gonna lose anyway. Just like the Cowboys in that first game. Just let Brandon Aubrey kick a field goal. He could have made it. I don't know. Maybe. We'll never know. Anyway, team stats were very similar. Both teams had 4 sacks. Sam Darnold did have an interception, though. Vikings are continuing to do well. Despite all this, Vikings are rolling. They're doing great. Also, they just announced that their game against the Colts. Oh, yeah. I got okay. My tattoo is about to fade, but I got this at the State Fair. Chevy tattoo. It's starting to fade, though. It has a little cowboy hat. So if you see my tattoo, it's a temporary one. It's a lot of fun, though. That's a lot of fun. Actually, it was staying on so permanently, I thought it would never peel off, but it's starting to. Yeah. I guess that's an endorsement for Chevy. You're welcome. Free advertising. Just announced that their game, the Vikings game against the Colts November 3rd, will now be Sunday Night Football. It was a noon game, so the Vikings are doing so well. They deem the Vikings-Colts game more exciting than Jags-Eagles, which is now 3:05. Yeah, Jags are going to be pummeled. They thought the Jags would be good. They thought that would be a good game. It's not shaping up that way. They're flexing these games out. Colts, Anthony Richardson against Sam Darnold. Sure, that would be a lot more fun than the Eagles-Jags at this point, so I'm all for it. Seahawks beat the Falcons. Yeah, Falcons, you were doing so well. What are you doing? I mean, okay, Kirk Cousins had 2 interceptions. Byron Murphy is back for the Seahawks. Go Longhorns. Byron Murphy, man, he's a monster. Let's see. And yeah, the Seahawks are getting more healthy, but let's see. Seahawks got 3 sacks on them, and the Falcons only got 1. I thought the Seahawks offensive line was garbage. What's going on? This is quite a reversal. Oh, boy. So the Seahawks are better, good. I don't know. No one's going to talk about it anyway. Even if they went undefeated, people will be like, they'll probably lose in the playoffs. Why should I waste ink talking about them? Or airtime, rather. No one reads newspapers anymore. Old expression in 2024. But anyway, especially since I'm on YouTube. But no. Waste of ink, waste of airtime, talking about the Seahawks. But that's just because they don't have high expectations. You know, Geno Smith seems to be an average quarterback. He's righted the ship a couple years ago. Had an unexpectedly good season. I don't know. He's just average quarterback. But the team without him, they'd be hot garbage. So hey, keep doing your thing, Gino. You're keeping them afloat. It's not your fault, all these injuries too. So just keep everything in perspective. Seahawks have been pretty beat up, but the O-line itself it is not good. The defensive line, the defensive players have been all beat up, but the offensive line is still not great. Anyway, that's all I had to talk about today. I want to thank all my Patreon subscribers. And thank everyone out there. I did add a couple new subscribers. I'm streaming games all the time. Feel free to stop in and say hello. I think I'm going to go live, more often. It's a lot of fun. I have to fix my webcam, but I'm recording this on my phone, so maybe I'll do more podcast episodes. I don't know. The world is my oyster with YouTube. So thank you, YouTube, also for this opportunity to talk about the Cowboys. I picked the Cowboys to be my team in college because my roommates were an Eagles fan, rivalry, built-in rivalry, and Panthers fan. Which, sorry about this season. Yeah, good season. 9 years ago, almost 10 years ago. Damn, Cam Newton. But I'm sure they'll right the ship. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I hope the Cowboys will right the ship because going into this game against the 49ers, we have a tough schedule, so hopefully we can pull it off. But thank you to all my subscribers. I also have a store and a Patreon. Of course I have a Patreon, but I also have a store if you want to check it out. And I'm hopeful. Let's go. Let's get healthy. Let's go in that game against the 49ers with our heads held high and see if this bye week can bring back some of our key players. I hope so. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm very excited about this week. I'm very excited about the game. I'm not going to lose hope or anything. I'm excited. I want to watch the game. I like the Cowboys. Let's go. Of course, go Cowboys.